On May 12th, we are going to have a very intense full moon. It's going to be not only in the most intense zodiac sign in astrology, which is Scorpio, the one that likes to face us with things that we usually don't like to face, like dark secrets, traumas, unprocessed emotions, but also this full moon will be in opposition to a very volatile, revolutionary, surprising, shocking planet of Uranus. So one thing we can be sure about this full moon, we can expect the unexpected. Hey guys, my name is Jolanta. I'm a Western astrologer and creator of Soul Light Space Astrology. Here to talk with you about full moon in Scorpio. As you know, full moon is the opposition of Sun and Moon in two opposite signs, and every Taurus season we are having the Sun in Taurus opposite Moon in Scorpio, which creates the energy of full moon. So this year around, this full moon will be happening together with Uranus, that is in Taurus since 2019, bringing a lot of changes, sudden breakthroughs, revolution into our Taurus house. Taurus house is the house that doesn't like changes. It's the most stable part of our life. So whatever is Taurus in your chart, you can have a look there and see how is your tendency to approach themes of this area of your life. And right now, with Uranus being there for a couple of years, I am very sure that many of you have changed something in your Taurus house. Taurus is very grounded, very stable. It has this need for security, for things to stay the same, so Taurus can have this sense of I am safe, I have all I need. Taurus is related to this material possession energy especially, and also to our physical body, to our values. So we can think about that. How many shakeups, changes, revolution you went through in those last few years with Uranus in Taurus? And now this Uranus will be highlighting this full moon, bringing more of this change into this Taurus house. And also we will be working with this illumination of our Scorpio house, the opposition of Taurus. So in Scorpio, usually, whatever is that in your chart, we might have the tendency to have some strong attachments and experience some very difficult dark energies like fear, paranoia, possessiveness, the need to be in control, in shadow side of Scorpio, which we definitely need to work with on this full moon, because as you know, full moons are about letting go, releasing, detoxifying yourself, and it's happening in your Scorpio house, which needs this detox the most from all your houses possibly in the chart. Of course, you also have to look at Pluto placements and other things, but in general, Scorpio house is the house where we have to do some shadow work constantly during our life, because there is a tendency there that we might be too possessive, too controlling. We might have some paranoias there. We might be kind of like slaves of our own demons in this Scorpio house. So every year when there's a Taurus season like now in May, we have this beautiful opportunity coming with the full moon in Scorpio to have a deeper look into our Scorpio house and placements, to have a look what is going on there. If we are using this energy in a powerful way, or we feel powerless because we became slaves of this house themes. For example, if Scorpio rules your financial sector, do you have power over the sector, or money is controlling you? If Scorpio is in your relationship energy, do you have power over this house? Do you have control over your demons, over your difficult energies that might play out in relationships like jealousy, possessiveness, stalking, controlling your partner, or attracting some difficult toxic personalities with the Scorpio tendencies? Or did you maybe go through some sort of shadow work. You faced your tendencies, you purified them, and now you are more detoxified. You are more aware of your patterns and traits, and this gave you your power back. And now you can decide if you will be using this dark side of Scorpio, or you're gonna be using Scorpio in this enlightened, evolved way. I hope you I hope you get me right. Like, this is all about doing the shadow work by first facing what I'm doing there in a toxic way, and then by facing this, you become conscious about what's going on, and the next time you have two paths to choose. You're not doing those things anymore from subconscious level, from scarcity mindset level, from your own level of trauma, some unhealed, unprocessed emotions, but you're rather using the Scorpio in a very conscious way. And remember, Scorpio in the highest level is the phoenix rising, right? So whatever happens to you, you'll have the ability to regenerate, to be reborn, to start all over again. And you are not afraid of this dark side of life. Whenever you have to face something in your life that is scary, you are doing this because you know that this is how you get power back, by facing things that could take your power away, but you decide to have this power over this, right? So that was the intro about the Scorpio energy. You can see that we are dealing with some very deep stuff with this full moon. And the presence of Uranus in the opposition to this full moon is very liberating. I feel like many of you will be having some breakthroughs about, wow, that's why I am having troubles in this area of my life, or that was the thing I haven't seen before. I overlooked that in my own patterns, in my maybe generational patterns in my family. You might have this big illumination about whatever Scorpio rules in your chart that will give you this sense of, okay, now I understand where's the enemy, and I know what to do to change that. So that's number one, because as you know, Uranus is like breaking chains energy. So Uranus will be activated. Uranus is at 26 degrees right now, Taurus, and this full moon is happening at 22 degrees, so 4 degrees apart. Very strong energy. Also, Uranus is in conjunction to Algol. Algol is about decapitation. So although it might sound a little bit scary, because it can bring some destruction, especially in a global way, but also Algol gives power. It's very wealthy point in the chart. And also, if we would like to use this combination of Algol and Uranus combined with full moon, which is about letting go and releasing, Uranus breaking free, and Algol decapitation. So maybe you have to be the one to cut off things in your life that are toxic, that are addictive, that they belong to the past. This is some sort of past attachment. This is something that you should let go a long time ago. Maybe this is something about your own character, maybe your relationship, maybe your work, that you know that this work is not making you happy, or maybe your patterns in finances. Remember, Taurus, Scorpio is very much about finances. So a lot of you will be dealing with your resources, your income, debt, loan, shared resources, how much you spend, how much you earn, your investments, your business. Those themes here will be very highlighted. And also in the global matters, you will possibly be able to see a lot of volatility in the markets, like shakeups, ups and downs. Let's see in which direction this will go, because Uranus is connected to, for example, digitalization and cryptocurrency. So I feel like the crypto market, for example, might go through some sudden change. And as you know, for some weeks now, this market was quite low, and the sentiment there was pretty low and pessimistic. So I wonder if this full moon will not bring some sort of switch in the situation. But definitely not stable times, guys. And then after this full moon, which will be, showing you this dark side of Scorpio, also illuminating for you in general this area of your life, so you will have more clarity, more conscious approach to wherever Scorpio is in your chart. After that, few days later, May 17 exact, we have Sun and Uranus, planet of revolution and change, united. There will be a Sun-Uranus conjunction. This happens every year, and it's for some time now happening in Taurus always, since 2018. So that will be another escalation of this energy, when you will have some more illumination that will lead to some necessary changes, revolution, breaking free, liberation, rebellion, all that Uranus represents. And it can also bring sudden changes, some change of status quo, some breakthroughs, aha moments, awakening energy about this Taurus matters, right? Taurus related to finances very much. Also your body, your values, your talents, resources, food situation. So you might have this energy of the full moon unfolding for some days, leading to this conjunction of Uranus and Sun, which will bring another level of revelation, and we're gonna be dealing with this later also. But in general, focus on those days, especially 3 days before, 3 days, 5 days after this full moon. What's going on in your energy? What kind of changes are emerging in your life? What kind of frustrations are showing up for you as well? Because remember, we just had this very tense Grand Cross in fixed signs. There was Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, Aquarius involved in this. There was Pluto, Lilith, Mars, and the new moon. So that was the Grand Cross happening by the end of April. So this frustration, the need to change something, some pressure, some irritation maybe about your situation, some need to transform something, was already there on a plate with the new moon 2 weeks ago. And now there's a full moon touching the same sector of your chart, showing you something in full light. So it's worth to observe, because now things might become more clear for you. And also, Scorpio is ruled by Pluto. Pluto is now in Aquarius, retrograding for the next 5 months till October. So this planet wants to transform us towards the future. It wants us to break free from old system, old ways of doing things. It wants us to align with our authenticity. It wants us to be more free. So this energy is also very connected to the full moon here. This full moon wants to make you free from things that are not letting you be free. So now think about that. What the Scorpio house is all about in your chart, and what is there making you feel like you are a slave of the situation, like you are stuck, like you can't move on, you can't get your power back. What is there? What is this thing that is still holding you back? It might be something connected to very deep, very repressed emotions, some past trauma that you didn't process yet, and it's now affecting this sector of your life. Whereas the Scorpio, maybe you went through some poverty teams as a child, and you have Scorpio ruling your career sector or finances, and maybe the sense of unworthiness is still there unhealed, or some scarcity mindset about having, about possessing, about deserving abundance. I feel like this full moon can be very, very helpful to let go of those mental patterns about abundance, something that is not really supporting you to live in abundance. The sense of I'm not worthy, or you're scared to start your own business because you feel like others are better than you, or you don't have enough talent, which is ruled by Taurus. or there is just some fear, paranoia, jealousy, envy, Scorpio, right? This fear of trust is here as well. Remember, Scorpio is also about sharing with others, merging with others energetically, investing your energy into something which can be another person. So for some of you, it might be related to healing those trust issues, healing this skeptical mind, this paranoid mind that always is just trying to detect something wrong going on in others, in relationship, in business. Scorpio has this very high vulnerability, is very afraid to trust because it knows it's gonna hurt. Scorpio has maybe the most sensitive energy, especially if it comes to some betray, lack of loyalty. So these people, and also you in your area of chart where Scorpio, you might have those scorpionic approach to things here. Like you have little trust, you're afraid. Maybe you've been betrayed in the past and now you try to protect this area of your chart. But it might also be blocking you from abundance. So try to find the balance here. Taurus, Scorpio, full moon, it's about balancing these two things. So Scorpio is about this deep transformation, deep emotions, very intense, very passionate, very unstable emotionally as well, right? Because Scorpio is constantly changing as the sign of metamorphosis. And then Taurus is the opposite sign. Simple, peaceful, related to things that are earthy, grounded, pleasures, Venusian things. So we have the meeting of these two worlds, and it's also important to find balance between these two. So you don't go too much into the extreme of Scorpio, where you are just waiting for another loss or betray or something dramatic to happen, and you transforming through those events and never having this this stable, peaceful level of life. And then Taurus without Scorpio would be again in the extreme, just too superficial, hedonistic, only chilling, eating, counting money, fridge full of food and house full of resources and stuff. So we have this simple life and very deep life, Scorpio, Taurus, and now we have to find the middle ground here. So we are still transforming our shadows into light, but we are not forgetting about just enjoying life at the same time. You can go for a picnic and then have your shadow work. You can have some nice ice cream sitting by the river, enjoying birds singing, and at the same time you can be emotionally deep and intense and exploring your soulful level of being, right? So this is another thing to think about, guys. So first of all, this letting go, releasing of those shadows. Second, the balance between these two worlds of Taurus and Scorpio. And also there is a completion here. There was a new moon starting this cycle, new moon in Scorpio on November 1st. That was at 9 degrees Scorpio in trine to Saturn. So there was some long-term transformation of your Scorpio house starting in the first days of November 2024, 6 months ago. So whatever you planned, whatever was your plan, your intentions, your manifestation back then in November, whatever you started, some process, some action regarding the Scorpio house, now there is a completion of that. You can see results, you can see fruits, you can see consequences. This full moon is at 22 degrees, the degree of Capricorn. Saturnian energy. Saturn is karma. Saturn brings consequences of your actions. So whatever you started back then in November, for example, some healing treatment, some training, some learning, you dedicated your time to something in a constant way. Saturn, right? Trining that new moon. By the way, right now Saturn is also involved in this energy in a positive way, still being in Pisces. Back then Saturn was at 12 degrees Pisces, now it's at 28 degrees Pisces, so it moved quite away from that time. but also the full moon moved by degree. So we are having some similarity here, because also Saturn in Pisces is in trine now to this full moon. So it was trining the new moon, it let you work for the 6 months, and now it's also trining this full moon, which is the seeds and the fruits. And Saturn being like a patron of the soul, you know, showing you that you need to think long term about this Scorpio energy. There was some opportunity there if you've been consistent, disciplined, systematic, if you had serious approach, if you've been mature about those things, if you didn't give up, if you had this very, very resistant, resilient energy in you, if you've been healing, if you've been going through obstacles no matter what, if you've been ending some old karmic cycles with this Saturn in Pisces. Pisces, the last sign of the zodiac, final completion of some karmic cycles, some final healing, dealing with those old emotions, with addictions, with escapism, with something that didn't really help you to make your dreams come true. So the more you worked since then, now you will be enjoying this full moon more, because with Uranus here, it might be some sudden shift of your situation, or the feeling of liberation, like finally I'm free, it's over, I'm done with the situation, I did my work, and now I see that it was worth it. All those, I know, visits with your therapist or doctors, or all those hours of studying something, or you exercising daily to make your body looking better, being more healthy, or you dedicating your time to eat properly, or working on your business, or maybe studying some investment strategy, maybe investing in something back then or past year. Especially think about November 2024. What did you do with your money back then? What was your financial decision back then? And whatever, again, you have to apply this to your Scorpio house, then you will have more clarity. So now you can see the result, and it can be rewarding, because 22nd degree, the karmic degree of Capricorn, here we go, consequences of your actions, good or bad. If you've been working hard, enjoy. And Uranus here, this energy of surprise, you might be very beneficially surprised by something in your Taurus house for all your work. Taurus, Scorpio, you can think about the whole axis here together, because they do collaborate. And again, Saturn sitting there, it's showing that those of you who've been really working hard those last 6 months, you know, releasing all sorts of poisonous things, toxin, addiction, facing your shadows, facing your demons, facing your problems with people in relationships. You know, Scorpio is very about this merging souls energy, deep intimacy, sexuality. So if you had back then discovered some energies about that in your life, that maybe you have some unhealthy attachment style, your childhood trauma is still affecting your relationship, you have problems with mistrusts, or maybe there was just some unhealed energy from the past not really letting you to move on. So now this full moon can be just illuminating that for you, and maybe you will realize that, wow, I have leveled up actually with those efforts I put into this house. Another thing is that Juno, the asteroid of marriage, commitment, it's also involved in this full moon. It's in conjunction to the full moon. She's now retrograding in Scorpio. So this asteroid is also helping us to review, reflect, reevaluate our commitment to whatever Scorpio rules in our chart. So it can be commitment not only to a person, of course it's primarily about marriage, commitment, some contract between you and another person, like a marriage. So she's now reviewing that, but also with Juno, It might be commitment to, for example, your diet, to your routines, to your business, to your work, to your friends. It depends where's that placed in your chart again. Another important thing we need to know about this full moon is that the ruler of the full moon, Pluto, will be during this full moon squaring Mercury. Mercury will enter on May 10th into Taurus, which is more peaceful, more balanced kind of mind and communication. But Pluto, as you know, it's very intense. And this Pluto is retrograding. So this Pluto will be forcing us on this full moon to, first of all, see the truth, because Pluto is like taking you down to your deepest sides of self and showing you even the ugliest things. Or it can be about another person, or your job, or your financial situation, or your health situation. You will just see something in a very clear way, and it's gonna be a harsh truth. And it doesn't have to be bad, I'm saying like harsh truth, but it can be something positive, right? It's rather it's something that you don't hear every day. You know, when Mercury Pluto is squaring, this energy is like psychotherapist or very deep analysis of your behavior or whatever you are dealing with in your life right now. So you might see the truth. It might be very intense time mentally. So watch for anxiety, for fears, for paranoias. They might emerge for you to see the truth about yourself, right? So watch for this mental energy, intense conversations, some secrets being revealed when you will be talking with other people, or you just might have this this mental transformation. You know, by facing your fears, you will realize, okay, now I understand where I have to work on myself, because my mindset, maybe this Mercury, right, mindset, thinking, thoughts, this is not supporting me. This is where I'm not free, right? Taurus is very stubborn. So when Mercury will be in Taurus, squared by Pluto, which wants to transform this stubborn, fixed mindset of yours, we can use this full moon to also liberate ourselves from this control, right? And have this new approach to this Taurus Scorpio houses in our chart. They always are aligned together because these are oppositions. So when Taurus is activated, also Scorpio will be to a certain point activated as well. So as you can see, we have some culmination here, we have some letting go here. Also, it might be very much about expression. Remember, we had this Mars retrograding in Cancer. It was very much about self-defensiveness, not showing our anger, not expressing what we truly want, desire, feel. We were not fighting much for what we want, because that was a very quiet kind of Mars, very self-defensive. And now we have Mars in Leo, which is another ruler of Scorpio, by the way. So it's also ruling this full moon together with Pluto. They just had opposition, Pluto and Mars. So this desire and passion, what we want to fight for, our bravery, courage, it started to be more and more intensified now. And as we have now this full moon, which is a lot about expression, and you know, we have Uranus here, volcanic eruption, Scorpio, super intense, super deep, like this desire, passion, depth of Scorpio is just incredible. So all this combination, and also we have Lilith and Scorpio still opposing Pluto, so two very deep placements in astrology squaring. So there is some friction here, a lot of this Martian fire. So Venus is in Aries trining Mars, so two lovers in astrology aligned, collaborating. The energy flow of this fire between Mars and Venus is flowing. Well, I feel like many couples around this full moon also can have like some very very passionate time together, or people will be more open to express their feelings, how they truly feel about someone, or there will be just a lot of this sexual tension, sexual intensity, something happening here around those matters as well. You know, Taurus is about physical body, Scorpio is about merging souls. Then we have this Pluto, Mars opposition, and Venus, fire signs. Well, a lot of fire going on here, guys. So let's see how this goes for you all. And also coming back to this emotional purging and letting go, we also have a beautiful alignment with Saturn, because Saturn is ending the stay in Pisces. So once this full moon happens on May 12th, day after, Saturn is starting to be at the final 29 anaretic degree in Pisces, the last degree in the last sign of the whole astrology, and Saturn preparing to enter Aries on May 24th, the new sign, the new cycle. So we are having now this month of May with this full moon and days after, when we will be very, very supported to let go of our old life patterns. We are starting new life this year. We have Saturn moving to Aries, Neptune is already in Aries, Uranus will move to Gemini, Jupiter will move to Cancer, lots of shifts, lots of different new energies. And now the Saturn is like, okay, before we enter there, see your past, see your tendencies, see your habits, see your addictions, see your attachments, all those karmic, difficult blockages. Let it go. Work on this. With Saturn, you know, the work was here already since 2023, since March 2023, when Saturn entered Pisces. So we had a lot of time to work with this Pisces energy. Now we have North Node and eclipses in Pisces as well, so the story will continue. Don't worry if you didn't finish here, but I feel like this full moon in water sign Scorpio and Saturn in water sign Pisces, two very deep energies, very much connected to our feelings, our wounds, our traumas, our insecurities, our unhealed energy. This is a great time to work on that. So you can use this full moon to think about what I want to let go in the Scorpio house, what I want to finish. And you can also think about Pisces, of course, with the Saturn. What is not really worth my energy anymore? What I don't want to invest in anymore, Scorpio? Where I don't want to merge my energy anymore with like people, business partners, job, co-workers, investing money, spending habits, diet, treating your body, your emotional side, where I feel like, you know, what in my life there, it's toxic, poisonous, not serving me. I don't want that. It's dark, it's painful, it's not something I deserve. So you might be having this type of approach to this full moon, to kind of like let this full moon show you what needs to be released. It might be your path towards freedom and liberation here. And for those of you who maybe don't realize fully what this thing has to be, you have Uranus here with Algo, decapitation, some sudden shocking change. So if you are right now stuck in some situation that it's toxic, I feel like for many people this full moon will either show you that, or will bring some events, even externally, by other people, just removing you from this energy, because Uranus is like a lighting bolt. It's just like it's like a catapult. It's suddenly you are somewhere else, either mentally, emotionally, or physically. So focus how you can consciously work with this energy of the full moon, because, you know, as we have Uranus here, things might happen by themselves. There might be something you are not seeing coming, some surprise or some shock or something sudden, but you can still use the conscious side of this energy and For example, as I suggest you, think about Scorpio house, what I think like it's not worth my time there anymore. And these are two cards I wanted to show you. Those are my tarot cards. This is the devil card. It's not exactly related to Scorpio, but I feel like they show very well what this full moon can bring. You know, it can show you where you are not free. You see those chains, so Uranus is supposed to break those chains under this full moon. I mean, not Uranus, but you, using the energy of Uranus. And then this is the shadow side energy. You see, this is what Pluto likes to show us. Something we are afraid to see. And there is this light of the full moon shining off those difficult things that maybe we don't want to see. Maybe something about another person or our patterns or our situation. Something that might not be comfortable, but it will set you free. This chain will be broken if you will be working with this full moon in a proper way. So now let's have a look at each sign. I will just quickly tell you where is that in your chart, so you will know the house, and you can reflect using all this intro I gave you now about the full moon, focusing on letting go of old attachments, toxicity, working with your shadows. Maybe you will see some fruits, some completion of some mission there that you've been working on since November. And also there will be something liberating coming from this Uranus, some decapitation, as I told you. Okay, Aries rising, you're having the full moon in the 8th house, so this is the classic house of Scorpio. Here you have shared finances, intimacy, sexuality, you merging with other people, especially with your partner or business partner. Here have inheritance, other money than your income, your investments, loans, insurance, even like, you know, money that is working by itself for you. For example, if you are doing something on the stock market or cryptocurrency or something, this house is also related to that. So there will be illumination for you of the sector of your life. There is a potential for you to detoxify this house if there is something that you feel like it's blocking your energy there. You might also expect some changes and shakeups in your financial sector in May, especially after this full moon. There might be some new ways of approaching finances, or new job, or new opportunities in the financial sector. And you might also see results of whatever you started to do when there was a new moon in Scorpio starting on November 1st last year in this 8th house. Maybe you started some process back then regarding this 8th house matters. So now there's the end, fruits from that seed that you planted back then. So maybe some return in investments or inheritance matters coming to some illumination or ending, or something regarding you know, this merging financial and energetical situation you have with other people, you sharing your resources with other people. Maybe there will be some culmination of this process here. So that's all I have for you guys. Please watch intro, because I mostly spoke about everything you need to know there for all signs in the intro, and then you can just apply it to 8th house matters. And if you would like to see your chart with me, I'm available for new bookings. The website is in the description box, and you can also watch my other videos. You will also find links there. And also, if you like what I do, you can send me a virtual tea. The donation link is in the description box. So good luck, guys, and let me know, how do you feel so far? You should already feel the full moon energy. So let me know, how are you? How do you feel? Taurus rising. For you, the Scorpio energy of the full moon is illuminating your partnerships. So there might be some ending, completion of your relationship with somebody, or you might see somebody with some more clarity. Some truth might come to the surface, some secrets. You might also see fruits of the new moon that happened on November 1st in the sector of your life. So maybe there are some some new chapter in relationships that started for you in November, and now you will see some illumination, some completion, some fruits of that time. Also, if you've been working on your relationship patterns, you might also see some rewards and some leveling up, because also there was a Saturn as a patron of that new moon and this full moon as well. So your long-term effort will be rewarded. And as Juno, the asteroid of commitment, is also the retrograding, so you might be rethinking your commitment to other people. If you are in a partnership, you might be having some deep realizations about your needs, about some desires that you have there. And also it's very worth it to focus on your shadowy side of Scorpio that you might be seeing manifesting in your partnerships, like fear of betrayal, mistrust, control, possessiveness, some sort of toxic energy coming, like showing up in your relationships with other people. So try to work with this full moon in such a way that you will decide what is not serving you in your partnerships with other people. There might be some toxic person maybe that you need to cut off, or there is just a need for you to change your approach to partnerships, or maybe you have to work with your partner on something here. Something will come to the light. There might be some deep, intense communication here also, and you can use this full moon to liberate yourself from whatever is not serving you when you are relating to other people. Please watch the intro. You will find most information there, and then you can just apply it to the 7th house of partnerships and other people in general, 7th house. And if you like what I do, you can send me a virtual tea. There's a donation link in the description box, and I'm also available for bookings if you would like to have a look at your chart in a deep way. Maybe you'd like to have some synastry reading to know how to work better with the energy of your partner, or something else. Full list of my services is on my website, so just have a look at the description box. All links are there. Thank you so much. Gemini rising, you're having the full moon in the 6th house of health, work, diet, daily routine, also pets, your service to other people, your co-workers. And in the 6th house we have those, you know, daily little tasks that we keep repeating every day. So here you might have some illumination. Something might come to the light. You might, if you've been dealing with something regarding work or health, you might have more clarity now. You might also understand better your desires about the sector of your life. There might be also some bigger, deeper understanding of your shadow side that you are manifesting with this shadow of Scorpio here in the 6th house. So for example, some controlling energies around health matters or work, or maybe overworking, like it might be obsessive energy with Scorpio. You might have some intense, difficult energies with co-workers. So if there is something toxic going on, some manipulation, some mistrust, some controlling energies, some dark, weird tactics of Scorpio. So you might be also watch for that. This full moon is supposed to purify this sector of your life, so it's a great full moon for any sort of detox of your health matters and all your work matters. And for some of you, there might be some, you know, Uranus is also involved in this full moon. Sudden, surprising revelation, breakthrough information regarding your work or health. And also, what else? Juno is retrograding in your 6th house, the asteroid of commitment, marriage, relationships. So you might be also rethinking this side of you here in the 6th house. It might be a good time to heal some tendencies. In the 6th house we are doing a lot of healing, and you might be also reflecting on your on this co-worker energy. Like if you have some people that you work with daily, or people that you are serve to in your daily life, there will be some rethinking of how much commitment and investment you want to give to that. This full moon might bring some ending, some decapitation, detox, and yeah, this healing axis for you is very, very activated. So let's see how this will be happening for you. But in general, focus on your health matters, especially as full moon. It's so great in general for all of you to make the physical detox of the body. So I would definitely use that energy for those things. So that's all I have for you. Please watch intro, because this is where you will find, that's the way you're gonna find the most information from me. And then you can just apply it to whatever this sixth house will be manifesting for you. You can let me know how do you feel so far around this full moon energy. And also, I forgot to mention that as there was the new moon on November 1st in your sixth house, so you started something there in your work, in your diet, in your exercises, healing your body, maybe changing your routines. So now you can see fruits of all that you've been doing in the past 6 months, for good or bad. Consequences are coming with this full moon, as it's having the 22nd degree of Capricorn. So consequences are here, and try to use those consequences for the future as well as a feedback from the universe. So thank you very much. If you like what I do, you can send me a virtual coffee. The link to donation is in the description box, and I'm also offering readings. So if you want me to look at your chart in a personal way, welcome. Everything is on my website. You will find contacts to me in the description box. Thank you, and see you next time. Cancer rising, you are having a full moon that is trining you from your fifth house, so that's a pretty nice energy. Fifth house is very creative, very joyful, playful. It's the house of romance, love, children, dating, hobbies. Here you sometimes might have the energy of creating your own business, but you are having Scorpio there. So the full moon is asking you, what is blocking this creativity? What is not letting you feel joyful, playful like a child? Maybe there's some fear, some controlling energy, some paranoid, obsessive, even manipulative tendencies in the fifth house for you. So think about your love patterns, dating patterns, your approach to children, if you have them, or if not, in general, this topic. Think about your inner child that might be in need of deep detox and healing here with this full moon. And also, fifth house is about you creating, you giving birth to something that you love, your hobbies, art you create. So if you have any fears regarding showing that, about expressing yourself to the world, showing your talents, this full moon can help you to detox. There is Uranus involved. Uranus is liberating, breaking those chains. There might be some sudden energy happening around this full moon for you, and it's a lot about transforming fears into power. And also think about your commitments in general, because you have Juno retrograding in the fifth house. Juno is in conjunction to the full moon. More information about that in the intro. So Juno is also asking you to rethink your commitments to your creativity, to your children, to your partner, to person you love, to person you are dating, to dating life in general. Rethink that, right? About your commitment, investment. This is a little bit like Venus retrograde energy. So this Juno would like you to commit more, right? But to only things that truly matter to you. So think where you want to pour this energy. You can also see some completion of stories that started in the beginning of November with the new moon that happened in this house for you back then. So think if there's any story about those themes I told you in those last few months, and what is the result, what is the consequence of your actions, and that now this full moon will be showing you. There might be some energy of letting go, purging happening here. So it's worth to detox this fifth house themes, anything that it's blocking you there. And yeah, that's all I have for you. Thank you. Please watch the intro as I mentioned before, because I said most of the important things in the intro, and you can just apply it then to your fifth house. If you like what I do, please send me a virtual coffee. You can like video, subscribe to my channel. This will help me a lot. And also I'm offering personal readings, so if this is something you would like to do, welcome. I have still some spots in May, and we can explore your energies in a proper way. Remember, this is just a general reading, so it will be just generally resonating with some of you. I can't see your placements, I can see your true chart here. Thank you. Leo rising, for you, the whole story of full moon, which is about culmination of something that started in November last year, which is about expression, secrets coming to light, letting go, purging, some endings. It's all happening in your fourth house, where you have your roots, your parents, your family, where you are coming from, your home, family, also your private life, and your deep emotional energy, this emotional safety, this that you protect from others, related to kind of like a moon energy, right, that you don't show to everybody. So very private full moon for you. You might be very introverted during this time and rather wanting to spend this time on your own. So there is something that maybe you will have to balance your private life with your career sector. Maybe there will be something you didn't know about your family or home housing situation that will come to light and will help you to make some changes. You might also see consequences of last 6 months of your journey that started in November of the new moon here in the fourth house. And yeah, there is some purging here. Fourth house is very good to heal generational trauma, to deal with some family patterns that you keep repeating, that you kind of like inherited as something that it's unhealed there, might be related to inner child or to your relationship with your mother. So there might be something there connected to those issues. And also Juno is here retrograding, asking you to think where, how you want to commit in this fourth house sector, like family and house. So you might be also rethinking a lot now, and this full moon can help you to see better those themes of commitment to your family, commitment to your housing situation, commitment to your emotional needs, and there might be some breakthrough, some freeing, liberating energy happening with this full moon, as Uranus is involved as well. So some of you might be breaking some generational patterns with this energy. Please watch intro, because you will find more about this full moon. And if you like what I do, please like and subscribe to my channel. And you can also send me a cup of virtual tea through the donation link, and book a reading with me if you'd like me to have a look at your chart in depth. I'm available for readings right now, so welcome and see you next time. Virgo rising, for you, this full moon in Scorpio is activating your communication in the third house. Communication, also relationship with siblings, how your mental energy operates, how you use your words, and publishing something in the internet, writing, learning, studying. So you might have some energy of completion here if you started something there in November on the new moon in Scorpio. You might see some fruits, maybe of your studies, or maybe of your activity, for example, in social media, or writing something or studying something. So now you will see consequences of your 6 months actions. Hopefully that's growth for you. Also, there might be expression. It's a third house, right? So you might be having some very intense conversations or very intense thoughts, thinking, ideas, plans. Watch with this obsessive thinking here. And you can also think about how you can detox your mindset and mental energy in a way that will serve you. Because you having Scorpio in the third house, you might have some tendencies to fall into this paranoia, obsession, you know, having almost like anxiety and very high overthinking energy here. So Uranus being involved in this full moon It can help you to liberate. It can help you to break some chains that are not serving you. It can just help you to be more more healthy in the way how your thought system is operating. So try to use this energy in this way. Watch for this anxious mind during this time. Try to relax yourself and try to also think about your learning and studies situation, and also travel, because those are themes of third house and ninth house. And for some of you, this full moon can give you some breakthrough, some aha moments, some decisions, some surprise, something sudden about those things. And also it might be something related to your car. For some of you, there might be like some ending of a chapter with your car, for example. And also watch for a relationship with siblings. Please watch intro. You will find most important information there that you can then apply to your third house. And also, if you like what I do, please like and subscribe to my channel. And you can also book a reading with me if you want, and send me a virtual tea through donation link if you like what I do. Thank you. Libra rising. So for you, Scorpio, full moon is happening in your second house: finances, self-worth, your talents, your body. There might be some culmination of the process that you started with the new moon in Scorpio on November 1st last year. So last 6 months of your efforts now coming to fruition. If you've been working on your diet, on your physical body, on your beauty, on your teeth, on, you know, you've been doing some rituals about this physical side of you, something inconsistent way. Now you might see results. If you've been working on your self-worth, self-love, this will also be now having consequences, positive consequences, if you've been doing the right work. Second house is also very material. It's about your values, it's about your finances, income, how much you earn, how much you have, how much you spend, what do you want to have. There was this energy of Venus retrograde, so for sure you had a lot of reflection over that. And now you will have the full moon, some illumination with opposition to Uranus from your 8th house. So some sudden breakthroughs, some change, some liberation and freedom coming from this financial energy. So for some of you, it might be related also to the energy of investment. Maybe there will be some investment return coming for you, just like for Aries. So you both have financial sector activated, so you know, stock market, cryptocurrency. There will be some change. Uranus is there bringing this revolutionary energy, something that it's modern, something that is innovative, and something that is sudden. You don't see it coming, so there might be some disruption in your financial energy. So see what's happening. There might be some ending, there might be some completion regarding financial situation. Maybe, you know, it might be about this, your values versus another person's values. There might be some opposition of that here as well happening. Also, Juno is retrograding in your second house, conjunct this full moon. So she's asking you for your commitment regarding yourself, regarding what you have, regarding your finances, your body, your self-love, self-worth, your talents. So there is also this retrograde and reflection happening in the same sector where the full moon. So maybe the full moon will help you to see those themes better, and you will have better answers after some time. Also remember that there's this Pluto square Mercury during this time, so some intense conversations might be happening, or you might have some deep transformation of, for example, your approach to this 8th house matters, where will be the Mercury energy happening, right? So shared finances, investments, something having to do with intimacy and deep relationships with other people. Okay guys, so some change of status quo for sure is happening here, and you can focus on the second house as a detox area of your life. So what in your financial energy, abundance mindset, self-worth, your approach to body, diet, sensuality, what is not serving you there. There's some detox offered by this full moon. So whatever is dark and shadowy in this area of your life, this is a great time to do the letting go ritual. Please watch intro. You will know more about the full moon for sure by just watching the general information, and then you can apply it to your second house matters. And if you like what I do, please like and subscribe to my channel, and you can also book a reading with me if you want. My offer is in the description box, as well as you can send me a virtual coffee to say thank you for the video. The link to donation also in the description box. Thank you. Scorpio rising, for you, this is a very important full moon right on you in the first house. So there's some shedding old skin energy. Maybe you will come to some realization that you want to end your previous image and you want to become somebody new, by the look, for example. You might also have some intense energy with other people. There is Uranus in your seventh house, so that might bring some radical changes, disruptions, liberation, breakthroughs, something sudden out of the blue relating other people. So there is this me versus others axis activated by the full moon. So it might be very relational, and it might be asking you to end your own patterns in your relationships, so they will become more free and more, as Taurus says, stable and grounded at the same time. You can also think about November 1st, 2024. That was a new moon on you. So if you've been doing some work in those last 6 months about yourself, your public image, your approach to things, to life, to your body, if you've been working on yourself, on your look, now there might be some illumination of fruits of this process. This full moon brings consequences of your 6 months work on yourself, on your own patterns. And remember, Scorpio rules those toxic things, so we might need to release something here. So think about yourself with very honest way. What patterns of your own being are not serving you in your life anymore, and you want just to let them go, you want to release them, and you can use this this full moon energy to set yourself free from some old patterns, old traumas, addictions, difficult dark energies that are just not serving you, right? Also, please watch intro, then you will know more about this full moon, and then you can just apply what I said about the full moon in general, how to use this energy into your first house teams, which is your I am energy. So it's really all about you and how you approach everything in your life. And also, if you like what I do, please like and subscribe to my channel. You can also book a reading with me, and you can also send me a virtual coffee if you want to say thank you for the reading. The description box will tell you everything, all the links are there, and good luck. Sagittarius rising, this full moon is happening in a very hidden place in your chart, 12th house, subconscious energy, endings, something that is hidden, secrets, hidden enemies, healing, hospitalization, mental health energy, addiction. So this is a perfect full moon to deal with the 12th house, because it might help you to see the secret part of your life that is so hidden, maybe some subconscious patterns, or it will help you to do the final ending of something that has ended a long time ago, but maybe you couldn't really find the courage to let this attachment go. You might be definitely using this energy also to heal emotions, to heal some stories regarding your mental health, something from the past, some even karmic old blockages. So definitely worth to focus on those 12th house matters. It's a very spiritual house as well, and this healing axis of 12th house, 6 houses connected here. So for some of it, there might be some story regarding health and mental health energies here. Also, if you've been having some stories since November, where there was a new moon in 12th house, if something started back then, now there will be a culmination, completion of this process regarding your 12th house matters. And yeah, it's worth to really give yourself some solitude during this time, because 12th house is the hermit mode, introspective, deep diver energy. So you might be looking into some difficult, dark, toxic energies within you, that might be even from past life, some emotional baggage that you want to let go and release. And for that, with the 12th house, we definitely need to be a little bit more alone during this time. So that's my recommendation. So you can discover some liberating secrets around this time. Please watch intro, then you will know more about this whole full moon energy, and then you can just apply it to what 12th house means for yourself, and you can use it to detoxify this energy of your life. If you like what I do, please like and subscribe to my channel. You can send me a virtual coffee through donation link in the description, and I am also offering readings, personal one-to-one sessions, so welcome. Let me know how do you feel during this full moon in the comment section, and if you observe some triggers already happening around this time. Good luck. Capricorn rising, for you guys, this full moon is happening in your 11th house. So there's some culmination of something regarding either your wishes, aspirations, goals for the future, or your community, friends, groups of people, social life kind of. So here in the 11th house, we deal with those themes, and full moon is either ending something or bringing something to the light, showing you the truth about this sector of your life. You might be also having some breakthroughs, liberation, letting go. There might be needed some kind of purging maybe as well. So think about this sector as there was some story that started in November last year in this sector of your life, and now it's coming to an end and completion. You will see fruits of something. If there was some new friendship, new group of people, new goal, new wishes, something new. Maybe you've been planning your future last year around November. Maybe you had some new ideas. Now there will be some sort of culmination of that, some expression of that, maybe some closure of some of these things. And with Scorpio in the 11th house, we always have to look for toxicity in people that we meet in this social life. So for some of it, there might be some detox needed in who you have as friends. Unfortunately, there is Juno retrograde, the planet of commitment, not planet, asteroid of commitment, asking you to review your relationships and also your commitment to your goals and aspirations for the future, right? So you can use this full moon to reflect on that, to liberate yourself from anything that you will find that it's toxic, that it's draining, like this person, for example. Like you might make some, cleansing of your friend zone during this time. You can please watch the whole intro so you will know better what this full moon is all about, and then just apply it to the area of your life where you have those friend situations, community group, and also here have those future goals and wishes. If you like what I do, please like and subscribe to my channel. You can also send me a virtual coffee. There's a link to donation in the description box. There you will also find my website where I offer personal readings, so you can book with me your own session if you want to have a professional astrology reading. Thank you so much. Aquarius rising, for you, you have Scorpio full moon in your career sector, 10th house. So there might be some revelation, culmination, ending regarding the sector of your life. There might be something here that will show you this part of your life in a clearer way. If there's something toxic, maybe relationship with boss or people you work with, or your job, it doesn't really give you what you need, or if there is some purging needed there, or if you have some fears or blockages here in this 10th house. So this energy will help you to detect that and work on that in a way that it will set you free. You can also think about your private sector, for house, family, where you have Uranus and Sun going on. They will be also active during this full moon. So for it, there's a lot about balancing private life with career sector. Maybe there will be a need for you to find more harmony here. And also, if you started something on November 1st in this career sector, even just energetically, that was a new moon in Scorpio back then. Now, after 6 months, you will see some completion, some expression of that energy, some final peak. Maybe some fruits will come from those seeds that you planted back then. It's a very karmic full moon. Watch please the intro so you will know everything about this full moon, and then you can just apply the energy to how to work with this energy in your career, professional matters, your social status, your ambitious goals, your legacy in the 10th house. It's also connected to the energy of man and father. So for some of you also there might be some story regarding your father or some authority figure here. Thank you so much. If you like what I do, please like and subscribe to my channel. You can also send me a virtual coffee through donation link, and I also offer readings. So welcome everybody to book a session with me if you would like to have not a general superficial reading, but a true in-depth reading of your charts. Welcome. Pisces rising, for you the full moon is trining you from the 9th house. So here you have some opportunity to see your 9th house of higher education, travel, foreign matters in a brighter light. There might be some detox needed. If maybe it came to my mind, if you have some foreigner friends that are toxic, this full moon can show you to see that. But in general, this might be helping you to, for example, upgrade your studies, upgrade your mental energy, upgrade your energy of exploration, right? In the 9th house, we are exploring this mental vibration on a very, very high level, and we are also traveling here to other countries to meet people from other cultures, to expand our horizons. As you have Scorpio here, you might be very much also into just exploring esoterics, occult things like astrology, expanding on a psychological level here, and you might be a very deep researcher. So you are having full moon here. For some of you, if you have any mentors, gurus, this full moon can show you if there's anybody that you follow that it's toxic, that it's not trustworthy in this extreme scenario. But in general, this energy in terms of detoxifying would like you to focus on your mindset, your mental energy, your belief system, your philosophy of life. If there is something that is blocking you, your fears, your karmic blockages, your problems with trust, too skeptical energy, something that not really help you to expand, but it's actually blocking you. It's creating this mental prison. So for you, there's a lot about that. If you are having any issues there, so you will be discovering that during the full moon. And also you can see some results from the new moon in Scorpio that happened in November 2024. So if you planted new seeds back then, I don't know, maybe you started to travel or planning to travel, you started to study something there, there was something regarding this 9th house that you started in November. Now you can see fruits of your labor. You know, in the 9th house we also have legal matters like visas or something that you have to deal with the court, with lawyers. So for some of you, if there was something starting in November, you will also see some culmination of that. Maybe some results, some consequences. It's a very karmic full moon, 22 degrees Capricorn, so it will definitely bring results, karmic results of this November 2024 and your actions that you've been doing back then in this 9th house. In the 9th house, we also publish. It might be related to some expansion, international expansion. If you have any business, maybe that it's working on through the borders. There might be something coming here as a result, and it might be sudden and surprising, as Uranus is also involved in this full moon. Also, Juno is retrograding in this 9th house. Juno is the asteroid of commitment. So if you have any commitments, relationships with foreigners, with people from other countries, or very spiritual people, you might be also reviewing that, reevaluating that. More information in intro, so please watch. And if you like what I do, please like and subscribe to my channel. You can also send me a virtual coffee. The link to donations in the description box. And also I invite you for a professional in-depth reading with me if you would like to have a proper reading. Remember, this is a very general reading. I can't really see your placements. This is like a super general reading just for every Pisces rising, to give you some inspiration to work with this full moon and detoxify this 9th house as much as you can, because that's what Scorpio full moon is all about, letting go of what is not serving us. And for you, that's the 9th house. So thank you very much, and see you next time. Bye.